My name's Michael and I'm going to tell you how I made the ultra heavy laser sound effect.
This is my intro, this is what my intro is, this is where my intro would go, bop, bop, bop.
Hey, thank you for sticking around. So, I made a sound effect about 9 years ago now, and it happened after I watched G.I. Joe with a friend in Cornwall, and we were in this sticky cinema, and there was this big thing that happened in the film, and I thought, that sounds amazing. I could probably do something similar to that. I already had a little bit of hobbyist experience in making some basic music, making a few sound effects and things here and there, and I love sci-fi, it's my favourite genre, and I thought I could probably do this. So I took some royalty-free samples and I took some sound effects of my own, and I used some VST instruments on FL Studio at the time, mashed them all together, rendered it out, and made something that I was actually really proud of at the time. Of course, if you haven't heard the sound effect, I'll put a little link in the corner for you to go click on. And of course, if you want to see more videos of me talking about this topic, please don't forget to subscribe and press the little like button, because I like the colour blue. Okay, let's go into the abyss and I'll show you how I did it. Okay, I'm at my computer now and I'm going to turn it on and then I'm going to show you what I did. Disclaimer alert. One thing I will let you know is that this is a creative process and it's something that I did when I was really inspired. I was really in the moment and I really felt something. So when I put my thoughts into the computer and put all the sounds together, I created something that was out of passion. It's going to be hard to replicate exactly the same thing. Creativity can't be forced. Okay, super duper simple. I'm going to screen record, I'm going to do a little circle with my mouse and then just this is my film. So, weep on the horse's bottom. Okay, that'll make sense when this is together. So I have my music making software, and in this case, or sound editing software I suppose, FL Studio. I've been using it for like 10 years, messing around on a hobby level. I'm no expert in it, I don't know all the ins and outs. I'm all self-taught, so everything here is out of an interest for the hobby and the creation. It's not because of anything. So, what I did first, step one, was I thought, what is the sound going to sound like? It sounds a bit like, well, yeah, but the weapon, which was a pulse cannon in G.I. Joe, had a particular sound about it, and I knew I didn't want to make the sound like that, but I thought there needs to be an intro to the sound, some kind of brief build-up, a little bit of suspense, and then the final, like, boom. It has, like, separate areas of the song, separate parts of the sound, and I knew straight away that this particular sound was going to have certain things happening inside it. Now this sound I'll make different. I'll try and go through the same creative process. It will obviously sound different, but I'm hoping that with the knowledge of how I did exactly the same things in the first one, I should be able to make something similar in this one. So I think the first thing to do would be start off with some kind of analog sound effect that we've recorded in real life. Oh, here we go. So there's a press at work. I use heat presses at work, and it's like a pneumatic magnetic lock system. So you pull it down, two pneumatic pistons depress to slow the descent of the press down, and then when the press reaches the bottom, it clicks into place because a magnetic lock, an electromagnetic lock, engages. And I have that, I recorded it a while back, and I have that as a sound effect. And to play the beginning of the sound sounds like that. I'll play it again. That's the press going. And I thought it would be cool to just have that as the bass line for the sound. So use the first clung noise as like some kind of reloading, and then the chung noise as the firing. So it's like a sort of automatic alien kind of like auto, like like a grenade launcher sort of thing. You kind of have to just go with it. Yeah. Change it to song. I want to cut and isolate that sound, so I'm going to need to, and again, depending on your software, depending on what you're interested in, will depend on how you do this. This is how I do it, so obviously you don't have to do it the same way I do it. So that's a pretty good bass line right there. It's hard to kind of know what the sound is going to sound like exactly, so we just have to go with it and add new things in. So I'm going. And this is how I did the first one as well. I knew I wanted the sound to have a build-up, so I started with a sound of... There was a jet engine, a kettle in the final one, whistling. These are all stock sound effects that I had from stock sound effect libraries that I downloaded a long time ago. All like royalty-free stuff. But if you layer effects on and you modify and you mess around with enough, they no longer sound royalty-free and they just sound like part of a greater sound effect. By putting so many sound effects on it, I can effectively make it sound just like the laser one. Same process, but it's going to be a different sound, because there's no point trying to make the same thing. Right. So that clung. It already sounds like a bit like a cannon. So what we can do now is add some reverb. So you can hear the reverb already. Whole thing. Now I don't want the reverb to be in all of it, because the way that the sound would work in reality is that the bang of the sound effect happens, it's going to be so loud that it's essentially going to cancel out all the sound previously, and then all the other sounds are going to kind of fade back in slowly. So for the reverb, it's a simple thing of setting a automation clip, but as we've already isolated and established, the sound happens when that explosion goes off. That's when all the reverb kicks in. So no reverb, and then reverb. That's already like, it sounds weird because it's just a real sound effect with this like doom echo thing going on, but again, we'll keep going. Blood Overdrive, why not? Let's change that. Blood Overdrive. Create automation clip, make it a bit less. Again, we'll have it dip down towards the end of when it goes. Let's maximise that because we don't really need to be looking at a larger view, do we? And then we'll have it come in here. I'll have it start up a bit and then go down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drag out one of these effects. Now that won't have an actual effect on the effect, but it'll make the song play longer because it's part of the song, allowing the reverb to just run out. Let's add a few more effects. A phaser. Phasers are fun. I know they're cheesy, but they're great. Oh no. Let me just save this first of all because I've just had an error come up and I don't know what it means. Alien, plump, cannon. Now, like I said, it's cheesy. It's great! It basically makes the sound effect, like, it just makes the sound effect. It's just, this is what I did, I just messed around for hours. See there, one of the presets messes up and kind of kills the whole thing. So, let me close it and open it back up again and just be careful. Plump cannon! Let's open the plump cannon! And then, this is one of the greatest things, and this is what the visualizer is. It's the sound godizer. Turn my sound down a bit. I'm gonna phase it out a bit as well. Cool. Oh, I can drag it out. I completely forgot you do that. When you stretch a sound effect in FL Studio, in order to make the sound effect last longer, it has to slow the pitch down because it makes it drag out. So to make things sound lower and more awesome, you could just make the sound a little longer. So now... Oh, doesn't that sound great? Ooh, did I reach a limit or something? Battery low. Oh no. Yay. I have a microphone on the way and I can't wait. It's a Takstar microphone. So what I did before on the other one is I had the sound build up and then have an immediate silence which I then later filled with a brrrr. Is like something that a few people have commented and said, oh, I would love for that bit to be longer, because it goes in that in that build. It initially was silent. One of the sound effects, I think the second iteration of the sound effect I had, that is nothing, just no sound. It was like so there was like a period of absolute silence. So I'm going to do the same thing again. So what I'll do is I'll change the sound, have the sound fade in. I always have my sounds fade in just slightly so that they're not instant. Fade up to the clump, and then I'll drop it to nothing, and then I'll bring it up a second, and then I'm going to drop it down, and then I'm going to have it come up again to the main sound. Why isn't it doing anything? That's really weird. Before we do volume stuff, let me do this. This is an easier trick. Turn on my effects again. Open my master. Turn on my master effects. Export it as an MP3, just to make it easy. Alien Plump Cannon 1. Now, new. Now, my new sound effect is going to be Alien Plump Cannon 1. Sound effects, yay for the win. Oh, that's run out of battery now. But this one hasn't. This one's plugged into the wall. There it is. Right. Yes, I can. Shoot up. That's what I did. Okay, great. So we have something that we're working on. Now it's a case of adding a few other instruments. This was what I did, so let's add a simple oscillator. Have it slide. Wrong way. Let's put some distortion. Where did the distortion go? There was something, I swear that was here, that was distortion. I can't remember where. Squeeze is good, David Crusher. Oh, that's raw. Want that. And let's detune as well. Let's add Soundgoodizer, because Soundgoodizer always works. Oh my. Fruity kick, which sounds great. Boom. So the kick noise. Now the kick needs to be monstrous. Just put a bit of reverb on. This is what I did. I bought a sample pack called Legendary, and it's amazing. It's like cinematography, big new mega film, crazy, awesome. And just gonna like put a few of them in. That. Alien Plump Cannon. Yeah, just save over it. That's what you do, just save over it, whatever. I want something a bit more smashy at the start. Smashing, so let's add another contact. There you go. forgot what the sound even was. Let's go down a bit. Whee! Okay, now you can see my body. Sounds brutal. I'm going to export it as an MP3 again. I'm going to call it Alien Clump Candy 2. SFX. Contingency. Honestly, this is how I made it. I just threw sounds on top of each other. I went, that sounds cool, that sounds cool, that sounds cool. Yeah, see like that. Hi. I just had to transfer all of my videos that I took so far and put them on my computer because they're about 5 gigs, so it was kind of filling up my phone. I've done a few more bits since I was last speaking, but this sound is pretty cool. I mean, it's like it's a demo test sound to kind of prove the concept behind how I made the sound. It's not necessarily to be a really great sound because it's not coming from the heart. It's just like I'm throwing some stuff together. It's just noise so far. So now I'm going to get it a bit more of a more faster for fun. There's probably a sound in there somewhere. Oh great, what just happened? Mess about with some of the timing. That'll do. It's weird, and there you have it. That's how I made the laser sound effect. That isn't the laser sound effect, of course, but that's how I did it. I layered noises upon sounds upon previous editions of the sound after I rendered it out, and I just kept going. And that basically just sums it up. So if you enjoyed that, please give me a thumbs up because I like blue. And subscribe and click the little bell if you want to. If you want to get notifications of any more videos that I produce, I'm going to be showing you some more things with sound effects and sound effect design. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your patience and have a nice day. And alongside sound effect creation and design, I'm also heavily interested in models and miniatures and painting. It's one of my biggest passions. There's something about the really small sci-fi stuff that I love getting my fingers on and painting and sculpting and